so nervous.
Hello and welcome back to Ken's Tavern. We hope you're doing well. We hope you've grabbed yourself a special brew and you're ready to enjoy this twisted campaign of, what did I say? Evil proportions? I think that's what I said before. Close enough. But welcome back to Ken's Tavern. I am Megan Kitty Live, your DM for today and the main quest of Peekaboo. We are doing a little bit of an interesting day today. Oh, thank you so much for that host. Thank you for the host.
Thank you for the host.
Thank you for the host.
Off-duty Ivan. Hello, fellow tavern patrons. Hello, Dustin. But welcome in. Make sure to settle in. Grab yourself a bellow and some brew, and we will get started here today. It's going to be a little bit of a different campaign. We are currently in the middle of a main campaign quest with the Adventure of Peekaboo, but that one requires everybody to be back. And of course, we all get bored if we don't do D&D like every weekend. So we're doing a bit of a special D&D adventure today. I love that the chat box is like real squished here. So let's figure that out.
I didn't even notice that.
I know. I don't even know how. You know what? We're just gonna get rid of that fruit today because it's gone. It's gone. You didn't even see it. You didn't even see it.
gone.
You didn't even see it.
See what?
Never happened.
It never happened. It's gone.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
So, I'm gonna do my spiel first, and then we're gonna get into introducing the campaign and introducing our characters that are here with us today. So, welcome to Ken's Tavern. If you haven't been here before, the quick spiel is we're doing pretty good. I think we're on like episode 16 technically of like Ken's Tavern stuff, so we're learning, but a lot of us are still fairly new to D&D. I'm still a fairly new DM. I don't pretend to know everything, so as we go through today, sometimes we may have to pause to double check, especially today we are using new characters as well. So if you know an answer to a question and you're hanging around in chat, we 100% welcome that. Thank you so much for that host.
Thank you for the
Thank you for the host.
We 100% welcome the help in chat. If it's something that takes a really long time, I may just make the call as DM for today, moving the story along, and I will fix my mistake later. But usually we just try to fix it as quick as possible so we don't take away too much from the story. So bear with us as sort of newer to D&D people, and I hope you enjoy the story. And if you are unsure about what is going on here and what we're talking about, you can double check on our main quest or join our Discord if you would like to learn a bit more about who we are and what we do and our other adventures. There's the Discord for you. Thanks, Ken. And you can double check on that. We are also starting to upload our videos to YouTube. We only have one of the previous ones, which you're more than welcome to go and check out, Ken's Tavern over on YouTube, to check out that as well. I think that's pretty much the spiel. I think we're good on that one. A lot of us are streamers, so if you enjoy watching other games as well, we are also on our own channels. So Poxy Plays, That Gay Rat, myself, Megan Kitty Live. Yaren doesn't stream, but is like always in stream, so you'll see him around. And Nadia, you haven't been streaming in a while, have you? But you still do.
It's been a long time. I'm trying
Throw
to
her a
get back
follow
into
anyway.
it. Trying to fix my stuff.
Yeah. So we do all stream as well on our other channels.
I need to be a know-it-all.
A know-it-all?
Yeah. You made a mistake in
Where?
in the command for Kip.
Where?
Isn't he a villain?
Doesn't
You said
Kip
he
isn't-
instead of they.
Ooh,
Indeed.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'll have to get that fixed, or maybe Sandra can fix it as we're doing that.
I got you.
I apologize.
Now I'm very, very mad at you. Actually, I'm not.
You
but
can't be
never
that mad.
mind.
Your character's really confusing. So
You're not allowed to be mad at the DM. It's like in the rules.
I'm focused on a lot of things about your character, and I apologize that I did miss the pronouns. I apologize about that.
Roll a
It's
d20 to see how
okay.
mad you'll be.
No, DM's not even allowing it. I'm apologizing for doing it, but you can't be that mad. Okay.
Kip. You said they, them?
They or
Yep.
them. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No problem.
Okay. DM has spoken. No, I'm like, no. You know how much prep I've been doing? You can't be mad at me. I missed like one little thing of you'll understand. Kip is a super cool character, and I'm really excited for us to have them in. There we go. We're gonna fix it. Wait, is it still not working?
It should be. It might take a
weird.
few minutes for it to
Might
go
take a few
through.
minutes. Okay. So yeah,
Just
I really do
spam the
apologize
Kip
here and for getting
command.
the pronoun wrong on there. But yeah, Kip is a super interesting character that we've been working on. So there's a lot of things I was focused on, and unfortunately, I did miss that. So I do apologize.
Sandra's just spamming the command.
Well,
Hold on, I got it. I got you.
Okay. We'll figure it out. All right. So let's start with a little
There you
description of
There
where
we go.
are today. Yay!
I have to
Type in the
remake the
chat.
command.
Type in the chat. We're fixing pronouns. Magma's getting better. Whoop! Yay! And thank you, Aaron, for fixing it. I appreciate it. Or like for telling me to fix it. I do appreciate it. All right. So
You're
let's
welcome.
chat about where we are today. So the mini campaign it's a little bit different than, say, Sandra's new campaign that's going to be coming up, which is set in a totally different world. For this campaign, it actually does align with our main quest at the moment. So things that happen in this mini campaign may affect the main quest world. So we will see how that goes.
Ooh.
So this runs concurrently with the main quest as a mini quest, so it won't go on forever, but it will affect the world that we know of Peekaboo and Talamayan. So it will align with that. So I'm gonna describe it a little bit to you, and then I'm going to let our characters that are here today describe themselves in a few sentences about who they are. You don't have to tell us everything because you folks are all villains of mystery, but you can let us know a little bit about what your appearance looks like so our viewers, or our listeners, I guess more like, understand a little bit more about your characters in basics. So here we go. You find yourself in the land of the Under. It's a mirror of Talamayan. It calls to those forgotten or those who wish to be hidden. Evil here is common. There are good folk trapped in the Under, but they're few and far between, and they don't survive long. Ghosts and wraiths are drawn here in higher numbers, and the leaders seek to join Talamayan and the Under into one realm. With darkness seeping into Talamayan, the Under thought it was time, and the prophecy was near. But, thanks to the Kirbys and their band of do-gooders, goodness and light are creeping into the Under instead. So the Under is a mirror of our Talamayan land where Peekaboo resides. So the village and town of Peekaboo is in the land of Talamayan. So this is a mirror of Talamayan, but it is darker and twisted. You don't run into good people on the road in the Under. You hide in your house if you're a good person. So everything is just a bit darker. Evil creatures are out and about. This is where they thrive. And that is where it leads us to our folks today. You all sit at a table in a dilapidated and decayed version of the Ken's Tavern. It's old and empty. There is no one here other than yourself. The four of you sit around a table, and a fifth person sits with you. They are covered in a green cloak, and what you can see of their face is almost bird-like, but it is white and almost like you're not sure if you poked this person that they would really be there. So they have something like of a bird-like triangle face, dark black eyes peer at you. This is Mr. Bird, who you would know to be the holder of the prophecy that you have been told for quite some time in the Under. Now, as we are sitting here, let's describe a little bit about who you are. We'll start with Nadia the Witch, who is playing as Blyra. I said it out loud. Good. Is playing as Blyra today. Tell us a little bit about Blyra.
Lyra is a short, stout rock gnome with pale green skin and beautiful violet eyes. She's got a couple of scars, and don't ask about them because she'll fuck you up. She has a wolf companion almost always by her side, and she currently works as a funeral director and Nobody's quite sure why.
Excellent.
And that's it. That's me.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's see who else is up here. We also have that gay rat, Marcus. I always have to say slash because I call you Marcus, so it... and Marcus will be playing Umber today. Tell us a bit about Umber.
Umber is a fire genocide. You can notice that one of his eyes is bright yellow, and then the other just dark red. He doesn't have fire for hair, which is unusual upon fire genocide, but, you know, he's a handsome fellow. Very evil, yes indeed, but he doesn't really do much. Just kind of wanders around the under. Nobody knows ever where he is or where he's going. That's all.
Excellent, thank you. All right, next up, we have Sandra, Poxy Plays, who's playing Beatrix today, also known as Bee. Tell us a bit about Bee.
So, Beatrix is an Eldrian sorcerer. She has gray skin, and pretty much her entire life she has been living on the streets. Kind of thieved her way into her current position, working with the local blacksmith. And she has one very prominent, like very bright purple eye, where a lot of the locals assume that is how she it helps her tap into her magic. And yeah, not much is known about Bee, I guess.
Excellent, thank you. And last but not least, we have Yaren Say Geronimo. I was gonna say it like that. Playing Kip today. Tell us a bit about Kip.
Well, Kip is Kip, and that's Kip's business.
I like that my comment was like, we can't be sure who he is, who they are, but we know they like chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll learn more about that too.
We will
learn. Yeah, Kip is a cool character that we have, that Yaren has created, and we've worked through it. I'm very excited to get to know each of your characters. Kip is Kip, enough said, exactly. The characters that we've created today are different than what we may usually create as characters in D&D. We tend to go towards the good side or the neutral side of playing our characters, but the challenge today is all of these characters are evil in some way, whether they're lawful evil, chaotic evil. That's totally up to them and their characters, but it is going to be a bit of a challenge, and it'll be really interesting to see how that goes for our players today. So, you all sit at a table with Mr. Bird, the odd wraith-like creature in a green cloak, and he begins speaking to you. Thank you for coming today. I appreciate that you answered my call. We have a problem, which I'm sure that you all have noticed recently here in the Under. Now, I've been making plans for a very long time to fulfill the prophecy and see it come to light. Well, to dark, if I do say so. But
Beatrix rolls her eyes.
There's something stirring in Talamayan. A darkness was beginning to creep across there, and we could feel it. And we were so close to making our prophecy come true. Talamayan and the Under becoming one, and us taking control of the land that is rightfully the Under's. But those Kirby's, they sensed it coming too. And they brought along a crew of goody two-shoes individuals. As he's talking as well, when you look around the tavern, you see drawn pictures up on the wall that are covered in darts of the various Kirby's and a couple of the adventurers from the party of the Peekaboo campaign that these folks have heard of down below. So you see a lot of sort of our main travelers and adventurers of the Peekaboo campaign are up on the wall and being used as target practice by whoever the denizens of this community are. Mr. Bird continues. Now, I brought you here because we need to get more on the offensive with this fight. And I have some propositions for you. I know you don't usually work together, but I know of your prowess and your propensity for getting the job done no matter what. Now, there are a few things that we need, but I need to check in. Do you folks remember the prophecy?
No, I don't.
It's
Because
been a while.
all this time, I've only been thinking about money. What are we getting paid and how much?
Well, Mr. Bird chuckles a little bit. Kip, I know that money is a motivator for you, and trust me, once we break into Talman, you can have all the money in the capital. I don't need money. I just need to see the prophecy seen through. So I promise you that the money will be there if you do these for me. For us, and even for me, it's for the Under.
Fine.
I appreciate it.
You know
Mr.
I
Bird.
usually get paid in advance, but I'll make an exception this time.
Mr. Bird kind of thinks about it. He cocks his head in a very bird-like way. He pulls from his bag a little satchel and hands it to you.
I take the satchel and place it in my pocket.
Excellent. It has 50 gold pieces in there for you.
Oh, look. That wasn't even my intention.
He just kind of shrugs it off. This is no big deal. He's probably stolen that 50 gold pieces off someone along the way. It's not even his. But yes.
Mr. Bird, why don't you refresh us on the prophecy?
Of course. He settles into his chair, closes his eyes, and in a voice that is a little bit more foggy than his regular weird Mr. Bird voice, begins speaking of the prophecy. When those above meet those below. When ash howls down and fire winds blow, the queen shall rise to meet her foe, and we who wait can upward go.
So we're taking over the goody two shoes of the upper worlds of whatever. That sounds like fun.
I'm glad that you think so. Kirby, you gotta stop. You're not in this campaign. Take it, Cashew, and get out of here.
Kirby, we're trying to be
Swear.
evil.
God. Okay. He's like, excuse me, but you haven't said Kirby in a long time, and you haven't said it again. That'd be great. That'd be great. Thanks. Apologies for my parrot, everybody.
You have to say Kirby once every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's
you have to say
required.
Kirby once every 5 minutes. Mr. Bird stands up and goes to a cupboard in the corner. He opens it up and pulls out a map and brings it back to the table. It is torn and tattered. He unrolls it. It looks very much like the map of Telem Aeon. There is the town where Peekaboo should be. There is various towns marked on the map that correspond with the different cities that we've seen in Telem Aeon. But they're all very dark and grim. There is warnings on the map of different areas and little skulls and crossbones. And it's just very gray and depressing looking. But he unrolls the map on the table. Now, there are some incidences happening throughout the Under that don't sit right with me, and I think we need to solve them to continue the prophecy forward. Every time they do something good in Talamayan, something happens down here, and it's affecting our very way of life. Now, you all know that from time to time, a portal opens between Talamayan and the Under, and we must be ready for that. We need to recruit, and we need to take that portal by storm. Now, he points at a few different places on the map. To the south, there is a relic. It is a relic of Talamayan, but we've kept it here for hundreds of years in a tomb. I'm a bit worried that during the last portal opening, there was some Talamayan folk who made their way here to retrieve the relic. It needs to be checked upon, and the relic brought here for safekeeping.
So then why don't you go get it?
I have to be here to know when the portal opens and to observe. So I'm looking for people who share my vision and share my motivation to follow through. Now, there are things that I will be doing as well, but I need people who want gold. He looks at Kip. Or more power. Or just want to be left alone. But if we take Talamayan, that's twice the amount of space that we have. It's twice the amount of people we have to do our bidding. And I don't know about you, but if you have any grudges, this would be the time. So,
Well, I am one for fight. This is going to be very hard to execute. They have a lot of soldiers up there. They have a lot of people that want to do good. Do we have enough people in the Under to even be able to compete with that?
Mr. Bird stares at Umber. His dark black eyes, they are just a vacuum in his face, but he stares into Umber's soul is what it feels like. And it's just creepy. Even the evilest person gets this creepy vibe from looking into Mr. Bird's eyes. Umber, I have more to say, but yes, we have enough.
Continue.
So he gestures back. His hands are very skeletal almost. They have flesh on them, but they're thin. And there's still sort of that light to them that looks like they might not be fully there. He points back towards the tomb on the map. So the tomb is where the relic stays. He then points to the east on the map. Now, there is a certain trio of allies that we could reach out to in Talamayan. And I think that they would be good to be our first scouts or our first wave. But I'd like to send them a care package of sorts. To the east,
How do we know we can trust them?
they have gone up against the Kirbys before.
And they did not succeed.
How sure are you of that?
Very sure. They didn't
But they
succeed,
didn't succeed.
but they had less numbers. What I am suggesting is if we recruit them and we send them some early backers of our campaign, that they could start to sow more unrest in Ptolemaion before we even arrive.
I see.
So, to the east, there's a pack of hellhounds. Recently, they devoured their owner. He sort of chuckles. Gotta be careful with those hellhounds. So recently, they've become available, let's say. Now, the hellhounds are in a difficult terrain, but if we can show them that we are alpha, we can take over that pack and send them through the portal. If I'm correct about this trio, they will have no troubles handling the hellhounds. And you just unleash those on any unwitting village or town, and the horror would be excellent. Screw hydration, we're evil. Everybody drink your water. I'm gonna drink my water because my voice is dry. Alright. He waves his hand again over the map. And finally, to the north. There's a certain town. He looks really annoyed. It's a stronghold for the wayward souls that are stuck here in the Under, that are more good than we would like them to be.
Let's eat them.
I don't say not to. However, they've seen a decrease in the amount of spirits and ghosts around the area, which does nothing for our image. And the less evil and dark that remains in the Under, the more likely Ptolemaion will succeed. So what we need to do with that town is, to be honest, I'm not sure, but we need to figure out how they are exorcising the ghosts from their graveyards. And destroy
Maybe
it.
they gave them weights and cross trainers so they could exercise.
Mr. Bird does not react to this.
Beatrix smirks
Gives
and
you
high
the
fives Blair.
Puns like that are the truest form of evil.
Mr. Bird nods.
So I'm the truest,
Yes.
evilest person alive.
I do appreciate
I didn't say
the
that.
bad pun. I appreciate that. But not too much. Now,
Because we're evil. We
exactly.
Can't
You
appreciate
can't appreciate it.
good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He looks at the map. So those 3 areas need more immediate attention. My long-term goals will come after that. As he's speaking, from the doorway comes this lurching, decaying scarecrow who comes walking in through the door, very, stiff-like. The scarecrow creaks up. Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird looks really annoyed. Yes, Crow. What is it? The hags. The aunties. They wish to speak with whoever it is that you recruit. Mr. Bird for a second looks what you would almost think is fear, but you know that can't be true because it's Mr. Bird. But it almost looks that way. The Antes.
Mr. Bird, do you always let random scarecrows walk up to you while you're in a meeting? Or is that just a one-time thing?
Oh no, this is Crow. He's my assistant, you could say. Crow.
Hmm.
Can I try? Can I try to intimidate Crow to just fuck off again?
Yeah. Yep, you can.
So
I roll me an intimidation check.
okay, I just did, which gives me a 17.
17. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean he's kind
Mhm.
of he's like a scarecrow made of straw and wood. So tell me how you're gonna intimidate him.
I just flash my darts at him. They are not poison darts because that was too difficult for me. It's just regular darts, and I just, I have them in my belt, and I just, show them to him. Just pull up my shirt a little tiny bit so my darts are visible. And just look fiercely at him.
Even though Scarecrow doesn't necessarily fear like physical pain, he still kind of looks at you, looks at the people around the table, and he quickly sort of shambles out the door. His face is like sewn on, so it's like buttons and they're hanging kind of loose on his face, so his expression doesn't change, but he sort of shuffles out very quickly, and leaves the tavern. Mr. Bird
Intimidation is fun.
shakes his head. Kip, you're perfect for
Yes?
this.
I know.
But if the Antes have requested a meeting with you, it's best not to make them wait. So,
Well, what are we waiting for then? And Kip jumps up off from the little stool they are sitting on and starts walking towards the door.
Kip, do you even know where to find the Antes?
I don't.
All right. Well,
Confidence is key. Pretend like you know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing.
Mr. Bird refers to the map on the table one last time. Now, those 3 areas that I've marked on the map are, like I said, the highest priority for our mission. But if the Antes requested a visit, they can be found near the coast.
And why do we have to visit these people?
If we don't get the Antes on our side and a part of our goals, they will make it very difficult for us.
Hmm.
They
I don't see how
lead
that is my problem.
Yeah, I
Mr.
kind
Bird
of see that more as your problem, Mr. Bird.
turns
I
to
mean-
look at B. If they know who you are, it will be your problem.
Did anybody
But-
else but Kip agree to this mission yet?
I certainly did
I don't
not.
think so.
I think the Antes, as you call them, would be more disappointed in you for not being able to get us on your side if we were to just not show up, wouldn't they?
Mr. Bird bristles a little bit.
Might have to convince us a little more.
I suppose it really would be just your problem, wouldn't it, Mr. Bird?
I would indeed have a problem if they don't get what they want. However, they also are in charge of many aspects of the Under.
Then how come I've never heard of them before? Or would we have heard of them before?
You may have heard of the Hags. They might not have interfered directly in anything that you've done thus far, but you know of them, or you've heard rumors of them. Not a lot of people meet the Hags and live to tell about it.
So would it be more like a fairy tale type thing? Like you hear about it, but you don't like. No one ever like. Okay, I just answered my own question.
Okay.
I had a full conversation with myself just then. Okay.
That was good. Bee's just sitting there like, so wait. Wait.
Can I roll an intelligence check to recover from that?
Yeah, why not? Bee,
Oh,
roll me an
God.
intelligence check and let's just see like how long you're sitting at this table like in silence trying to figure it out.
Be the new Ivan. Okay.
Okay,
I got a 15.
not bad. You think about it for like a second, and then you remember like stories you were told when you arrived in the Under or as you were growing up, and you remember the Hags. It's because the Under is what it is. They're both looked up to and feared.
Okay.
I suppose we can go meet the aunties, but we're not doing it for you. And really, if they ask anything about you, don't expect us to speak highly of you,
Mr. Bird nods.
Mr. Bird.
Indeed,
That's to be expected.
indeed, we won't be speaking highly of you. And Kip taps his. There, I fucked up.
Oh no. I messed everyone up.
Even
I'm
I-
so sorry. I said
Even I fuck up. And Kip taps their pocket like, yo, yeah, we won't be talking highly of you.
Mr. Bird nods, stares deeply into each of your evil souls.
B just shrugs. I'm in it for the money. I don't care.
So, I would, if you are going to speak with the aunties, I would do it as soon as you can, but it's up to you. They're along the coast, somewhere on the north side. You'll know you're getting close when even the trees become your enemies.
B stands up and goes, cool. And just walks out the door.
All
Mr.
right,
Bird
well,
nods, rolls up the map, and Umber, you're still at the table,
mhm.
and so is Blyra, right?
Mhm.
Mr. Bird holds out the map for you.
Thank you. Guess we'll be leaving.
Well, off to find the hags. I guess.
I guess so.
Can I try to see or like pickpocket Mr. Bird to see if he has any more money?
Roll me like a sleight of hand or dexterity check for that.
Of course. Which gives me a 20, not natural, but it gives me a 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, Yaren's taking all the good rolls. I don't appreciate this.
Yeah, give me a second.
Can I do a sleight of hand to see if I can pickpocket Yaren?
You do not succeed in your pickpocketing.
Aw.
Oh, I didn't.
Who
I didn't
doesn't?
roll.
I
I didn't
don't,
roll for
or-
B, but Kip does not succeed in their pickpocketing of Mr. Bird.
Shit.
You go to reach for his cloak, and you're not quite sure, but it really felt like you just went right through it.
Okay.
All right, you got a good roll, but you didn't even succeed, which I don't appreciate.
This is gonna be hard.
Well, you know, this is what evil does to you.
Rolls
It's
are backwards.
evil, so Nicole was like, haha, I'm gonna be evil too.
Exactly.
You gotta roll a 30 on
Um,
everything. Can't even roll 30, but you gotta roll it.
B, do you want to roll for pickpocketing Kip as they're trying to pickpocket Mr. Bird?
You know what? Might as well. Is that stealth?
It's dexterity.
No,
Well,
Okay.
stealth could be if you're trying to be real sneaky about it, but it's more like sleight of hand, so.
Yeah, if you have a
Okay.
sleight of hand mod, use that.
Mm-hmm.
Ask because my stealth is 6.
Mm.
I got a 16.
Okay, then, Kip, can you roll a perception check against that, please? If you beat a 16, you would catch
of course. A 12.
B. Okay, you don't
Yes.
notice.
Kip just got a bunch of money
Yeah.
and now they lost it again.
Yeah, B, you find the small satchel of 50 gold pieces.
I grin and I like show it up. I hold it up to Mr. Bird, and I'm like, I get all excited and I just put it in my pocket.
Mr. Bird, like, looks
Y'all are a
pleased.
bunch of evil
Very not
bitches.
subtle at all.
Because Mr. Bird
Umber
loves
like
that.
high fives B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice one.
Okay, so Mr. Bird kind of quietly remains at the table. As you folks exit the tavern, you are still in a very, like, dark and twisted version of what Peekaboo would be in Talamayan. So when you exit the tavern, there is sort of old ramshackle buildings everywhere. There is a tower to your right that is kind of falling apart. Doesn't look like it's really used that much anymore. Buildings sort of surround the tower and they're all old and empty. An old inn stands to your left, and that's kind of where you are. It's dark. Around the town is a skeletal forest. It is not bright and sunshiny like the forest around Peekaboo. It is dark and skeleton trees.
All right. Let's head north then, I guess. As Mr. Bird said that the hags would be north, right?
The hags are along the coast to the north. So directly to your north would be where the town with the ghost issues was. The coast is sort of like northwest from you.
All right, northwest we go.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Can I try to, like, give myself anything, like, shapeshift into anything that would make me slightly faster?
You can.
Yay!
The rest of your team won't be able to necessarily keep up with you, but that is up to you.
I mean, I'm the one with the map, just saying.
Okay, yeah. I might as well just walk with you.
I would have just let them run ahead. More money for us in the end, right?
I guess that's true.
Very true.
Yeah, and I still don't know that I don't have any money left, so...
Yeah, exactly. You think you still have like 50 gold pieces hanging around in your wallet.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So, you head off to the northwest. This could be a long trip. It's not a light hike to the coast. You head through the skeletal forest first. It's dark and gloomy. As you continue through, it's in the under, it kind of feels like it's never daytime. The lightest it gets is a gray. Everything else is either night and nearly pure black or sort of a twilight and not the nice kind. There's not really like a sunset or a sunrise here. So you
I
continue
mean, are there
through...
sparkling vampires?
There's sparkling vampires? There are no sparkling vampires. As you continue through the skeletal forest, someone roll me a d20, and I'll let you know if we run into anything.
Alright, who wants to test their luck this time?
Go with Nadia. She rolled higher.
Alright, Nadia rolled a 15.
Okay.
Is that my roll or Sandra's though? Because it's coming up at the same time for me.
I
And
see
for me,
Sandra
it
with a
says if you're
3
roll-
and you with a 15.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess Sandra, you rolled first, right?
Oh.
So
oh god.
I'm gonna
Sandra.
consider that as the roll. Okay.
First D&D session in months, and I already messed up. Okay.
Yaren, can you hear us?
I can now.
Okay, but it just cut out for a bit. Okay. I wasn't sure if you could still hear us. So you continue on through the skeleton forest. Everybody roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Nope. How do you...
19.
Nice. Okay.
6.
Everyone except for Umber is probably gonna hear this. Well, wait, okay, I haven't seen bees yet. Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
So everyone except for Umber, you
I
begin
got
to
performance
hear
inspiration.
a sound kind of all around you. It sounds like creaking wood, but the trees are still. And you can hear shuffling to your left and right and behind.
Would I know if
I-
that sounds like skeletons?
Would you know if it sounded like skeletons? It may sound similar, but it's not quite like a clacking noise like a skeleton would be. It's more like creaking of wood.
I would like to grab a dart, just have it in my hand,
Okay, yeah,
and
you
be
ready,
ready
to
to
dart?
fight.
Okay,
Yeah, indeed.
okay. Any other actions?
Anybody else gonna make Umber aware of this noise?
Yeah, Umber's just like, tra-la-la.
Well, we don't know you didn't hear it, so...
It's
So
true,
I
it's
have-
true. Like, this
I-
is the worst team. You guys probably wouldn't care. Like,
Okay. Did you guys hear that?
I have
Weird
clairvoyance. Can I use that as a
Creaking,
spell?
shuffling.
your clairvoyance as a spell, did you say?
Is that a... Can I... I
Let me
don't
check
really
your
know how to
clairvoyance.
use it. It says I can create an invisible sensor with a range in a location familiar to you, or in an
Mhm.
obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees.
Yes.
I don't entirely know what it does,
You
so I
could
was just...
use it, and it would show you what is there.
Okay.
If you sort of aimed it properly. However, whether or not you want to use it or not, it's totally up to you. It is a 3rd level spell, so that means you would use up one of your slots for that.
Okay. Forget I ever said anything. I forgot what direction it was in, so we're just gonna pretend like that never happened.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything.
I asked the party if they'd heard anything.
Yeah, I heard something. Why do you think I'm walking around with a dart in my hand?
Well, I mean, we don't know you that well, Kip.
Well, that's not my problem.
Alright, never said it was, but okay. Aggressive.
Alright. You folks keep walking through the forest. It continues to get dark. To a point where anyone without dark vision at this point, you're gonna find it really hard to see more than 5 feet in front of you.
It's a
Can
good thing I have 120 feet of advanced dark vision.
Good. B, you also have dark vision. Umber has
Really?
dark vision. Kip
wait?
does not have dark vision.
Heck, I don't even have pupils, let alone any good vision.
So Kip, in your current form, you cannot see more than 5 feet in front of you. Everyone else, you're still doing pretty good. The forest is still looking more twilighty. Kip, you could use your shapeshifting, you could light a torch, or just try to rely on other people's sight.
I'm too stubborn to really do anything and just keep walking.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity check to see if you run into anything.
Hey, that's not a bad idea, actually. Dexterity, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives me a 20. Not a natural, but a 20.
Okay.
Roll. Holy crap,
Miraculously,
man.
you continue on down the path without running into any trees or anything along the way. You folks continue on. It is now extremely dark. The dark vision is working, but it's still fairly dim. You come to an end in the path, and all around you is forest. Who is in the lead?
I assume the one with the map.
Yeah, I think
That
that'd be Umber.
sounds like a good idea.
Umber, you peer at the map. The map isn't very good for marking paths. It just sort of marks directions. And whoever decided to make this path decided this was a great place to stop in the middle of the forest. As you peer at the map, you see just in the corner of your vision, a shambling figure emerges from the forest and comes toward you.
I'm gonna,
You look to your left. It's a scarecrow.
Is it the same one from earlier?
You can't be sure. It looks similar.
I'm gonna get out my hand axe. And Umber's gonna ask, "Who are you?"
It shambles closer. When it stops, its head is like not fully like tied to a post, so it kind of like slops over, and it just silently stares at you.
Can I push it
Do
over?
I also see it or not?
Yeah, you folks now see it. So Umber saw it first, but you folks would now see it. Kip, you probably don't see it without dark vision, so you have no idea what's happening.
Can I push it over?
Okay.
Can you push it over? You're gonna go try to push it over?
Yeah. Why
Okay, roll me a strength check.
not? Strength.
Yes, touching a
Strength.
random skeleton that just walked out of the woods. Sounds like
You
a
only
good
live
idea.
once.
It's not a skeleton, it's a scarecrow.
I
Oh,
got a 13.
scarecrow. My bad.
You
Yeah,
just
of course it's your
managed
bad.
to push this thing
Ooh.
over. So you walk
I
up
like.
and you go to push it. Or tell me what you do. Yeah, you can tell me what you do.
Yeah, I walk up. I look at it, and I just kind of like push on the on its shoulder, or
Mhm.
what if it had a shoulder? That's where I would
Mhm.
push.
Yeah, when you press in, it's definitely still like feels like it's made of straw. It's got the like canvas sort of clothing over top. As you go to push it, you feel a little bit of resistance from it, but then it kind of just lets it happen, and you shove it to the ground, and it falls over, and then doesn't move.
Does it die or?
You don't know. It's not moving.
Can I poke it with my axe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna poke it with my axe
You poke it with your axe.
and see what it does.
Nothing happens.
Meanwhile, Kip is just standing there like, what the hell are you guys
Yeah.
doing? I
Yeah.
have no
Can
idea. I
we-
don't
Kip,
see
roll me a
anything."
perception check.
I was gonna say, can we do a
Of course.
perception to see if there's anything else in the area?
Yeah, let's see how Kip does first.
Another 20, not a natural, but another 20.
Kip,
I have good rolls today.
you
What's that like?
are behind the group you can't really see what's going on because you don't have the dark vision, but you feel like a bit of wind, as in movement, right behind you.
I would like to turn around and just punch.
Okay.
You know,
You turn around and
punch in the turn.
and you contact with something like slightly squishy and straw-like, and a bit of like harder like wood. So you feel this scarecrow that you've just punched into. Everybody roll me initiative.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I actually have initiative.
6.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the plus 3.
17.
Okay, so who
Oops.
rolled first here?
I'll redo
Okay, we have a
mine.
17.
Oh no, yours is 10.
Is mine 10?
Nadia's is
Oh.
4.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I've got a
I
6.
just noticed the part underneath it.
And then you're at a 6. Kip. Okay. B. Kip. Lyra. That works. Alright. Umber, you're first. There is a scarecrow lying prone in front of you, not moving. And Kip has just punched something else behind you, so you would hear a bit of like a crunch.
Mm-hmm. Can I cast Detect Magic?
Sure.
Alright. There... I sense the project of the presence of magic within 30 feet of me.
So you would sense magic in a way. These scarecrows definitely have magic to them, so you can sense the one that's sort of in front of you, and you've got the one behind, and you can generally feel that they are not alone. There's at least 2 more
Alright,
on either side of you.
I can use my action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. I do that to like be able to see specifically where each of the things are. Scarecrows.
Okay. Sorry, which one is that one called?
Detect magic.
Where do you have that on your sheet? Just wondering. Is it something that the sorcerer just has, or?
It's a
That should be
first
a
level.
spell.
Yeah, it's a first level spell.
Why am I not seeing it on your sheet? Do you have it readied?
Yeah.
Let me refresh.
I just casted it.
There we go. Yeah, okay, I see it now.
Oh,
For some
okay.
I did not see it before. I had to refresh. Okay, so you had Detect Magic, which is totally fine. We use that one. You can Sense Magic. Okay, and you can use your action to see a faint aura on any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. Okay. So around you, you would see that there are 4 scarecrows in total. There's the one lying on the ground in front of you. There's one that was directly behind Kip, and Kip has just punched this creature. And there are 2 more, one on sort of either side. They have you sort of surrounded.
Alright, everybody watch out. There's 2 more of them apparently, so that's fun.
2 more of what?
The scarecrows, they're scarecrows, Kip.
Okay, good to know.
Do you want to do, so you cast Detect Magic, so that was probably your action. Okay, B,
Yeah.
that would be you.
Okay. And I can see where each of the scarecrows are.
Can other people see it? Let me see. Let me double check.
I don't think other people see it.
No, I don't think it lights up. So, but you would be able to see them with your dark vision anyway.
Okay. I can I attack one? So I don't know if I want to use my spells. So can I use like one of my daggers?
Yeah, which one would you like to attack? So there's the one that's lying on the ground. There is the one beside Kip, and then 2 more on either side.
Can I get the one that's like one of the ones that are on the side?
Mm-hmm.
And that's would that be strength?
For your, you were just gonna stab, right?
Yes,
It should tell
with
you.
a dagger.
Yeah. So your actions. You don't have your dagger
Wait.
equipped, but.
That's what I did. How do I equip it?
You might have to go to your equipment.
Go on
Weird.
your equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wielding. Think I did it.
Let's see. Yep, there you go. Okay, so it's a +6
Okay.
to your attack roll.
Oh. I'm gonna roll a 1. 16.
You are definitely gonna hit. So you stab out against one of the scarecrows on the side. It plunges into its sort of torso. Now, scarecrows are, let's see here, simple finesse, light thrown range. Doesn't really have too many notes about, oh no, it's piercing damage. So they actually have a resistance to piercing damage. So they're gonna take half damage. So roll your damage for that one.
That is D6.
D4 + 3.
D4 plus 3. 4.
So it takes 2 damage. So you stab into it, but you feel like this resistance. The scarecrow does not react. Its head just kind of like flops to one side, stares at you with its half-hanging button eyes.
Oh, that's
Totally
creepy.
silent.
I look at it and I go, oh, that's kind of creepy.
Awesome. Okay, that is Kip's turn.
So the one I just punched in the face, did I
Mhm.
knock it over, or is it still standing upwards?
It's still standing upwards.
I would like to push it over then.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
A 10.
All right, you managed to push it to the ground.
Yeah, boy.
Would you like to do anything else? Do you want to move?
Oh, I can do
or-
any. I can do another thing. That's cool.
You can make like
can
a
I-
movement or do like a check on something. But your strength check was kind of the attack, I would say. You pushed it prone.
So I can't stomp on it.
No, you pushed it to the ground. That was sort of like your attack option.
Okay. I would like to just walk away from it. Just it's pushed over. Okay. Now get away from it.
Okay. Do you want to walk back more towards your group? Or are you going off somewhere
Yes,
else?
please.
Okay. So you back up so
Walk
you
towards the
are closer to your group. Okay. Perfect. That is Blyra's turn.
I am going to cast Firebolt at the one to the side opposite the one that
Perfect.
B hit.
Okay. So the one that sort of hasn't been touched yet. Okay. Yeah, cast your Firebolt. You are going to hit. Scarecrows are also vulnerable to fire, so they'll be taking double damage for this.
It helps when I actually take it right.
Awesome. 10 damage, that's twice. So you throw this firebolt at the scarecrow. It catches fire at the bottom of its sort of like feet in its straw, and the fire rips up the scarecrow. It makes no noise, it stares at you, and now it has like fire reflecting in its little button eyes as it stares at the group, but it has taken 20 damage. It's still standing, but it's burning. Okay.
Wait, what if the scarecrow is named Joe? Is it now Button Eye Joe?
It's possible. Okay. It's the scarecrow's turn. They are going to... So 4 of them, they're probably going to try to attack one of you each. We do have 2 prone, so they're going to have to stand up first. So they are going to stand up. They creakily sort of sway up into an upright position. So Scarecrow 1 and the Scarecrow that Kip had punched are both now no longer prone. And each of them is going to attack one of you. So let's roll for them. So Scarecrow 1 is going to go after Umber, who is right in front. They're not going to roll very well. Yeah, they rolled a 9, so I highly doubt that's going to hit you, Umber. So Scarecrow 1 kind of lurches forward. Its arms are sort of stuck on like a post, so they're straight out. So it does like this little spin to try to hit you, but you duck and it misses. Scarecrow on the right here is going to go after Blyra.
Okay, well, no surprise here. They don't have much movement.
Yeah. It goes after you with an 11. And it's probably not going to hit, hey? Blyra, your AC is 12. Ooh, so close, but not quite. All right. That is the one that is nearest to Kip. It's going to go after you with 2 attacks, actually. It's going to do its multi-attack on you. It rolls a 14 for the first one. Kip, that is going to hit. And then it's going to do a second one, so hold on. 2d4.
That's mean.
Okay. All right, so the first hit, it's going to take it for 7 damage, slashing against you, Kip. It's going to roll again. But this one time it's just a 10, so it's not going to hit you on the second one. So you take 7 damage from that first flail of its hands.
That's not nice, stupid scarecrow.
It sits back sort of at an angle, stares at you with its dead button eyes. That is the final scarecrow against B. Ooh, with a 19. That's definitely
I have an
better.
AC of 16, yeah.
Okay, so it is going to attempt to glare at you and using its terrifying glare. So if the target can see the scarecrow, the target must succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw, or be magically frightened until the end of the scarecrow's next turn. The frightened target is paralyzed. So roll me a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom. That's D20, right?
Yeah. I didn't have to really roll the attack roll, but that's my bad.
15.
All right, you
I
succeed.
don't have a modifier.
It just stares at you terrifyingly.
I stare back at it.
Yeah, for like a split second, you're like, wow, those button eyes are creepy and soulless, but you shake it off. It does not affect you. Okay, that is back to Umber.
All right. I'm gonna try and hit the one closest to me with my hand axe.
Okay.
It is slashing, so that's good. Not piercing.
It's also immune to slashing, or resistant to slashing.
Okay, then never mind. What
Just-
is it
yeah.
not immune to?
You want to do a perception check to see if you can understand a little bit more about them?
Sure. Let's see, perception.
Or it might be insight. You could probably use insight. Insight or perception.
Insight. Where are you, Insight? Neither. Okay. Cool. D20. Go. I got a 2.
You have no idea. You're
Cool.
you're looking at this scarecrow. You're gonna go ahead with your axe, but you can't tell what this thing would be weakened to. The only thing that you know so far is that one scarecrow is not like in the fire.
Mm,
All right.
Okay,
So
alright.
roll your attack.
okay. +1. Yay. D. 20. Plus. Jesus Christ, if I can type.
Awesome.
21.
Nice job. That's a net. That's a crit. So
Oh, hell yeah.
you'll sort of negate its resistance because you'll have like double damage, but it only takes half damage, so it's pretty much just regular damage. Cool times.
Alright.
But you're gonna look great doing it. Yeah, you swing out with your axe. Roll your damage for me.
1d6 +1. Go.
Nice. Okay, so this one
7.
takes 7 damage. Okay. That is Bee's turn. The scarecrows, all in unison, as we're carrying on to Bee's turn, their heads flop to like the other side as they stare at you.
I say that's creepy again. Can I do a? Am I allowed to do cantrips during like battles?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they
Can
just
I
don't
do
use
a
a spell slot.
Whenever you want.
Can I do a firebolt then?
Yep.
I have a +6.
Great. Yeah. Roll
It
your
says
attack.
2d10 next to it, but do I do
So
that
you're
or do
gonna
I do
roll
20?
your attack roll first, so your d20, and that gets a +6 to it to see if
Okay.
you'll hit them,
20.
basically. And
20
then
plus.
your d10s are your damage that you'll roll afterward. You're definitely gonna hit with a 17. So you're gonna hit.
Sick.
Which scarecrow are you going for again?
Um,
The one closest to
I
you.
guess. Yeah,
Okay.
and then I roll a d10.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Great. So it is going to. Is it 2 d10s or 1 d10?
It says 2d10.
Yes, you're gonna roll 2 d10s then, not just the one. So roll another d10.
So, okay.
Okay, so 8,
Wow.
and this is something that they are vulnerable to, so they're gonna take double damage. So they
Okay.
get a 16 instead on that one. So this is gonna take 16 damage. Nice. So you throw your firebolt at the other one. Now 2 scarecrows are sort of burning and on fire on either side of you. They start kind of flailing angrily. That is Kip's turn.
So, if I were to change into something that's more or less scary, can I try to intimidate them? Or are you already saying, no, I'm not going to let you do that, because in that case I'm not going to even try?
You can do what your character would do and see what happens. I'm not going to say yes or no.
But you would let me.
I'll let you do it. Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I would like to shapeshift into something scary, but I don't know why, or I don't know what. Can I try to shapeshift into like a skeleton or something? Of course I can. So
yeah,
that's
I
what
would say
do,
you've
and
probably
then
seen a skeleton before. So, yeah, go for it.
Well, yeah, okay. So
Kind of
I
felt
do
like a
that.
creature, but yeah, we'll allow it. You'll look really slightly odd, but we'll let it happen. Okay, so you
And then I
shapeshift
would
into
like to-
a skeleton.
And then I would like to try to intimidate the scarecrow that's closest to me,
Okay.
and I'll roll intimidation for that.
I'm not even gonna let you roll. They will not be intimidated.
Oh,
You've changed into a skeleton, but your intimidation will not work.
can I still
They
just
are immune
tell
to
you
being...
how I would like to?
You can try to intimidate them.
still-
Yeah. Tell me what you do.
Okay. Okay, I'm all changed into a goofy-looking skeleton, and I just look at one and just do. Ah!
Okay. Does your jaw fall off? Just to like add to it?
It opens more widely than It should be, but it doesn't fall all the way
I'm just
off.
picturing like this like flailing classroom skeleton from like the science rooms, you know? That's like what I'm picturing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, you try to yell at this thing, it has no reaction. It's immune to being
Damn
frightened.
it. Damn it.
Yeah, no reaction from skeleton. Okay, that is Blyra's turn.
Cool. I am going to cast Scorching Ray, which does 3 rays of fire, and I have to roll for each one.
Okay. Do they all target one thing?
Yes, it's going to target the one that Kip is attacking.
Perfect. Okay.
So I'm gonna have to do 3 separate. 20 plus 7.
I like the math. Okay. That one's gonna hit. That one's gonna hit. That one's definitely gonna hit. All 3 hit.
Nice. And so that brings it to
Oh, this music is so creepy.
All right.
and it's fire damage.
Ooh, that's awesome. So 23, so double, and that's against the one attacking Kip. Yeah, finish the scarecrow, Blyra. Describe to me your amazing rays of fire.
So I look around and I see that Kip is having a fun battle, and I just go pew pew pew, and fire shoots from my fingertips and then explodes upon impact of the scarecrow because it's highly flammable.
Yeah, it goes up
And then
in immense
it's up.
flames, becomes a smoldering bonfire on the ground. Its creepy button eyes melt in the fire as they stare at you. That is onto the scarecrows. There are 3 left. 2 of them are still kind of smoldering. One is a burning pile on the floor, and the other one is still looking pretty good. So they are going to continue probably attacking. I think they're all going to probably try to go for Blyra. Blyra, you've done so far the most damage. They're going to attempt to go for you. In unison, they all are try like spinning their arms around, and they're each going to try to make their multi-attack against you. Okay. First one. What is your AC, Blyra? 12? If I'm remembering correctly? Yeah. Okay. The first one is going to hit with just one of his things for 8 damage. It slices into you. I also forgot to do this the first time, but if you are a creature, you have to succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the end of the Scarecrow's next turn. So, roll me a Wisdom saving throw.
Nadia.
Hey,
My bad.
it's okay. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw. This first scarecrow has sliced into you.
Alright.
You definitely save on that one. You feel slightly scared that he's sliced into you, but you are not frightened. You're okay. The next scarecrow spins up to you. It slices into you twice for 15 damage.
Oh shit.
Roll me a Wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
You failed that one. This is looking pretty scary. You've just they've taken a chunk out of you, the second scarecrow. You are frightened until the end of the scarecrow's next turn. So basically, I think you're paralyzed, but I'll double check on this one. His terrifying glare does paralyze, but I don't know about the frightened, so I'll double check on that one what that means for your turn particularly. You might just be rolling with disadvantage. I'll double check.
Okay.
The third scarecrow spins to try to hit you, but misses both times. That is on to Umber's turn.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to use Fireball. Fireworks.
You're going to use Firebolt again. Okay, which one are you going for? They are all now grouped around Blyra.
I guess whichever one is closer to me.
Okay, it's probably still the one that's still looking okay that you've been attacking. Go for it.
Okay. How do I do this? I have no idea.
Yeah, if you're rolling your Firebolt, you're going to roll your attack roll first. They all have Firebolt. Perfect team against scarecrows. Except for Kip.
I
Good
don't.
thing to have.
Except for Kip. They can become a skeleton. They did their best.
Yay. D20.
Awesome.
Hey,
You
it's
will
not
hit
my
118.
fault that they are too dumb to be intimidated.
It's not, I don't know if it's that their intelligence necessarily, or if it's just that they're so chaotically evil, they just, like, cannot be frightened. And they're a construct as well, so they're sort of created. Okay, that is an 18, so yeah, you're gonna hit, so roll your Firebolt damage, which, if it's the same as everybody, it's like 2d10. If it's similar to sort of everybody else's. Yeah, 2d10, please. And they're gonna take
Okay.
that double damage.
2d10. Go. 6.
Awesome. So they're gonna take 12 damage. He's still standing, but now he's smoldering. He's got fire sort of crawling up his legs towards the rest of his scarecrow body. That is on to Bee's turn.
I will also do a firebolt.
Excellent.
And then
one would
I
you
will
like to
do
go
it
for?
on-
They're all roughly looking in the same shape. They're all smoldering, kind of half burnt.
I will aim it towards one of the ones around Blyra.
Okay.
And then that is damage, then 6? Yeah.
Yes.
19?
Yep. 100% gonna hit. Roll your damage.
And then-
2d10.
2d10. 8.
Awesome. They're gonna take 16. Finish this scarecrow.
Oh, okay, so I grab it. Or no, it's on fire, isn't it?
It's like smoldering. You won't get hurt from it, but it is smoldering.
Okay, I'll grab it and I'll shove it back enough that when I throw the mote of fire towards it, it knocks it back. Like it
Okay.
only knocks that one back.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you launch this scarecrow past you and you light it on fire and it burns into a smoldering fire on the floor. Only 2 remain. That is Kip's turn.
Okay, so I would like to turn back into a normal creature again, first of all.
Okay.
And then, since scarecrows are made of hay, I think I can lift them, right? You know, pick them up.
Yeah, they're probably not going to be too heavy.
Okay, I would like to pick up the one that's the closest to me and just bash it into a tree.
Okay.
Just, you know, grab it by the legs and ram it into
we're
the
probably
tree.
just going to call this... I would probably call that just a unarmed strike.
yeah, I think so.
Which, yeah, would give you 2 damage on there, but they are also resistant to bludgeoning.
Jeez.
So,
Damn,
you pick up one of these one of these scarecrows, and you go to smash it against a tree. Its head just kind of like lolls from side to side as it stares at you, and it takes 1 damage.
I don't even have to roll for it.
You don't even have to roll. Your unarmed strike is 2 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on your strength modifier.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you picked it up. I'm not making you roll an attack. It's such little damage that it's okay. You pick it up and you smash it on a tree. Takes 1 damage.
I'm just trying here.
No, totally. It's exciting. The scarecrow is like silently laughing at you. Flyer,
He
that's your
shakes
turn.
her head.
Alright, so are they still close to me?
Yeah, you're all grouped together. Kip has just moved up as well, so you're all in a pretty tight group, and there are 2 of them that are still very close to you. They look
Okay.
equally injured.
Okay, I am going to hop back a couple of steps where I still have line of sight, but they're also not like right at me again because
Mhm.
that was terrifying. And then I am going to cast Witch Bolt at a 2nd level,
Okay.
but I have disadvantage on attack rolls against them, so I will have to roll twice.
Okay. Yeah, it is just disadvantage. You're not paralyzed or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take the 12. You're super lucky. Their AC is only 11, so you're gonna hit them.
Nice. Alright, and Witch Bolt does 2d12. Yeah, 2d12 of lightning damage.
Amazing. It's not a vulnerability of theirs, so they're just gonna take the 22. But you are gonna finish the scarecrow. Describe the destruction of the scarecrow by lightning.
After being so brutally injured by the scarecrows, I am out for blood, or straw in this case. So I summon forth from the heavens a bolt of lightning that just obliterates one of them into smithereens.
Excellent. It like explodes, yeah, into like slivers of wood and straw that are like burning pieces all over the ground. 1 scarecrow remains. It is going to probably attack Umber. It's closest to Umber. It's gonna flail at you, Umber.
No.
With a multi-attack, fails the first one, and the second one. It's just spinning out of control. That is Umber's turn.
Alright. So there's 2 left?
1 left. Lyra just
Oh, 1 left. Sorry.
exploded the
sorry.
other one. That's okay.
Let's see. Piercing. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Firebolt again.
Nice. All right. Yeah, roll me your attack.
Okay. D20. Go. 18.
Great. You're gonna hit.
Alright. I'm gonna keep it on the right thing. You said 2d10?
2d10.
2d10. 11.
11. Excellent. It's gonna take double damage. Finish the spitting scarecrow.
Yeah, he's just gonna go up in flames and turn into ash, man.
You just casually like snap. This thing explodes into fire and burns down into a little pile. You are out of initiative. You have defeated the 4 scarecrows. You all stand in the midst of sort of smoldering piles of straw and wood and the occasional like burlap sack face that stares at you with dead button eyes. You hear, as these things all die, this cackle in the woods at a fair distance. It's not close to you, but you hear a cackle, and you hear this voice say, "Have a good trip."
I just want to say real quick, as you said that we hear a cackle, Deaja's boyfriend in the other room, like, started laughing. So it was perfectly timed.
So good. I love it.
Corey is
So we're
secretly-
fighting the Asia's boyfriend.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's a new kind of enemy.
Surprise guest
Corey.
star.
Surprise guest star. Yeah.
Fighting Corey.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
Awesome. Okay.
You would
Yeah,
think
you're out of
voice it.
initiative. You beat your scarecrows. You heard a cackle and a voice telling you to have a good trip.
No, I'm gonna have to
Crazy
imagine
witches.
this person as Corey for the whole time, so that's fun.
Can I try to be? Can I be an idiot and just run after the voice?
You can try.
Don't know what you're gonna get out of it, but you can try.
You can
certainly,
try.
yes.
You can't see anything, so
No, but I can like follow the sound, right?
you can try going where you heard the sound. Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to roll anything or
Yes.
just start
You are
running?
gonna roll a bunch of things for me because you're running through the forest kind of blind. Let's
Okay,
see.
yeah, fair.
What's your speed as well?
My speed is 30 feet.
Okay. So let's say you head off in the direction. It kind of sounded like it was coming from behind you, back down the path. And like slightly off in the woods. So behind you, slightly off. You are gonna go try to follow it, in the dark without dark vision or anything. And you're gonna head off in that direction. So roll me 3 dexterity checks.
Oh,
3
my
dexterity
lord.
checks.
3 dexterity
Okay.
checks. You are running through a forest of trees in the dark. Absolutely.
First one is 5.
You hit a tree.
Do I still have to roll
well,
the
you
other
hit, you
two?
hit a tree pretty hard. Do you continue?
Yes, of course.
All right, roll me another one.
Okay. Okay, the second one gives me a 15.
You hit a tree. This time I'm gonna roll some damage for you. That's the second time you've hit a tree.
Fair. That's not more than fair.
Luckily for you, you get poked in the eye and you only take 1 damage.
Oh, that's absolutely fair.
Do you continue?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Roll me another dexterity
And
check.
the last one gives me another 3. Okay,
you
how
ran
much
into it.
damage?
Hold on.
How much damage?
Run ahead first into a
7.
tree.
You run hard into this tree. You fall back. You take 7 damage. And you're sitting on the ground. The forest is absolutely silent. You made it 20 feet into the bush.
Yay!
There you can't see anything around you, and you don't hear any more laughter or voice.
Don't know what
I-
the point
I
of
would
that
like-
was.
I just
That looked
want to
painful.
just yell into the distance, I'll get you next time!
It
Um,
echoes back to you from the empty forest.
Okay. Just
Kip?
for y'all's information, my starting HP was 38. I still have 23 left.
And some of it was
Great.
just from running into a tree.
Most of it.
I like it.
Kip, not. I mean, like,
Can
what
we leave
was
them
the
here?
point?
Can we leave them here?
What was the point? What was the... Don't... I'm not going even... Ah! I
You
refuse to
ran
even...
at a disembodied voice, Kip. That is so dumb. What?
Yes, that is dumb. But
Yeah.
it was smart to act that dumb because now the voice
No.
thinks I'm dumb.
Unless they
Okay.
just heard you say that, and then you just kind of ruined your own plans
Yeah.
there.
But maybe the voice knows you would say that.
I think that the voice doesn't care much about you. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't care about the voice either, and I just stomp off, following the path, like it, not in the direction that we came from, like in the right direction.
Well,
I
we don't
just-
have a
You're
path
not-
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah,
that how we
shit.
got here?
Kip,
Just
Come on,
I
man.
lean over and I'm like, just let them go. They'll figure
okay,
it out.
Sure.
I just
Do I make you run into another tree?
Yes.
Yes.
no, because I'm not running. I'm walking fast.
Roll
gonna-
a
I'm
d20
gonna
for the
say-
dramatic check.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, roll me like a performance check for like how dramatic you're being and if it looks silly or like if you look real mad. Kip.
A 2.
You look like you're having like a toddler tantrum. And because
That was actually what I was going for.
Yeah.
So that yay.
and because you can't really see, you have your hands like slightly in front of you. So I will allow you to feel the tree before you run into it at the end of
Oh
the
yeah,
path.
they can't see. This is
Thank
brilliant.
you very much.
You're
So-
just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you're just kind of
And I
feeling
love it.
blindly around, but you run into a tree and you can feel it, and you don't run into it at full speed this time. Okay, so you stand at the end of the path. Smoldering piles of scarecrows remain around you, but nothing else seems to be in the forest around you. You can't hear any more creaking or footsteps or anything like that. Your map doesn't necessarily show anything, but where you came from shows like a super thin dotted line. So it looks like there was like a path drawn on here at some point. It just wasn't done well. It ends kind of where you think you are, and it seems to have been heading in a fairly like direct northwest direction. So if you're following the path, that would be the way to go, it appears.
Okay. Guess we're just gonna follow this line.
I'd say we walk around it.
Walk around it?
Yeah. To avoid an ambush.
Smart.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
can
there
do
were
that.
just scarecrows waiting for us.
That's true. I mean, it could have been from the hags. I feel like
I
it was
mean-
probably from the hags. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with walking, like, beside the trail.
Alright then. I walk ahead.
Okay.
Don't
You
know
walk
why you're the
on
one
ahead.
And I'm the one with the map, but okay. I'm
Can
just
I
gonna
see if I
follow
can take
after
the
her.
map?
See if you can take the map forcibly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you both can roll me.
Can I persuade?
You could try persuading Umber. Umber, do you want to set something, or can you be persuaded?
I can't be persuaded.
Okay, so then you'll have to forcibly take it.
Okay.
Or, like,
is
try
that
to snatch it. So if you want to forcibly take it, roll me a strength check. If you want to
And
just try
rip
to,
the
like,
map?
snatch it, you can roll me sleight of hand. Yes,
I have a sleight of
Bird.
hand.
I know, we're having a great time.
I thought you were talking to Marcus at first. I got really confused.
Yes, Umber, we're having a fantastic time.
At 13.
Okay, roll me sort of an opposing dexterity check there, Umber, to see if your reflexes kick in and you, like, get it out of the way. If you
Okay.
both roll 13, the map will rip in half. Okay. You
Hey.
don't realize what she's doing quickly enough, and B is able to grab the map.
I grab the map and I walk
Can I
ahead.
try snatching it back?
Can I try snatching it back from them?
I will give you 2 more snatches. Roll me. You gotta do these quick. Roll me a opposing dexterity checks.
Me?
Alright.
Both of you.
What's dexterity?
9 again.
Dexterity. You should have a modifier. Okay, we got a 9. And B's 17.
Hey,
B
can
sort
I
of like
hold it up
avoids
above them
you.
so they can't
Yeah,
reach it?
yeah, yeah. You like have it held up, and you're like avoiding Umber.
I'm still reading it, but I'm like turning as they're trying to grab it.
That is. Did you want to try one more time? I will give you one more. Or are you gonna give up?
Can I use sleep on her?
What is
The thing against
sleep?
charmed and magic. It says
Yes.
against charmed and magic can't put you to sleep.
Then that's probably That's probably it then.
Ha.
Can I use burning hands?
And burn the map?
Yeah, that's the only thing.
No, I want to try and burn her to get her to drop it.
The
that
fire
dexterity
ignites
for me,
any
then?
flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. Okay, so the map is technically being carried.
Okay,
But you
I'll just
could
try snatching it
possibly-
from her again.
Yeah, you could possibly light the entire forest on fire. So like, there's
And
a
that's one way to do
it.
15.
Do I do dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh shit!
I hate this!
Hey!
Oh no! 15 versus 16, and what sucks is that it's just your modifier.
This is
'Cause
just
you
the
both
modifier.
technically rolled 13, but your modifier is a +3 versus a +2. Ooh.
You suck.
Ooh.
I hold it up again. I like hold it out like I'm gonna hand it to them, and then I just pull it back. As soon as I reach for it, I'm like, you want it? You want it?
Oh no.
So funny. Alright, go. Lead the
I'm
way
laughing, so it is.
then. Don't get us
grab them.
lost, B.
Don't. Can I read the map? Is it in like a
It's
can I understand
very
it?
simple.
Or...
There isn't a lot of like words on it. It's more just pictures. So you see,
Okay.
you know, the area where you came from, like the little town, and then the just sort of like dotted line, which we're thinking is the path that you were on. It looks like it's in the right spot, headed northwest, and sort of the end of the forest at some point.
Then I follow the path. Or I don't trust it, but I guess if everyone else wants to follow it, we can.
I thought we were going beside the path.
I know, but I feel like it's too easy.
Okay. Then I guess let's go down the path.
Okay. So we
I
follow.
don't care
Easy.
how
What does
we
that
get there,
mean?
as long as we get there at some point quickly.
Hey,
Well,
who
we
said
would've
this
been
was
there
gonna
by
be
now.
a quick trip?
Listen, we would have been there by now if Umber didn't throw a temper tantrum. Or
That's literally not true. It took like 10 seconds. Shut up.
Beatrix laughed.
please walk?
And can I walk right in front of Umber, and then when they're like distracted, I stop so they run into me?
Yes.
Yes.
Motherfuckers always picking on my characters. You know what?
You want it?
I
Hey.
allowed for. Hey, you can pick on them all you want. I allow it. This is the evil campaign.
I do that.
Umber, I will.
I do that
can,
every
I
20
can
feet.
allow you to roll a perception check if you want to see if you see her trying to pull the stunt. Are you gonna roll? Okay, there you go. Sorry, I didn't see typing
Yeah,
on my
cool.
computer.
Alright, 5.
Yeah, you're like muttering to yourself about how much you hate the rest of these people. And then, yeah, she stops right in front of you and you run right into her. Silence.
I just keep laughing. I do it like every like 20 feet. Just enough so when Umber thinks I stop doing it, I do it again.
All right. You continue on in this manner for a few hours, making your way through the forest. Somebody, one person, roll me a D10, please.
I'm gonna do it so that we can get a bad roll.
What was that?
Of course. 10. Are you fucking kidding me? The one time that like I can get back, it's like, oh, he's a good roll. Fuck you.
That sucks. Yeah, you roll a 10. You make your way through the forest. You don't encounter anything in particular. Just, small creatures and things like that. There are still, the squirrels and the small animals and small birds in this forest. There's not as many because this forest is very dead. And they look very, like skinny and malnourished. There isn't a lot for them to eat or survive in this forest around you. So they kind of skitter away as you go through the forest. That's pretty much all you see. You find yourself at the end of the forest. It starts to thin out, and you find you are on an open plain. There is dry grass for almost as far as you can see, and a sort of slightly worn path through this grass leads off into the distance.
Is this the way we need to go?
Silence.
I don't know. I'm not the one with the map.
Oh, that's why. Sandra's Wi-Fi cut out.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Our
Hello?
person with the.
Are you
Oh,
back, B?
She's
Okay.
back.
Yeah, I went
All
on
right.
my phone. Okay.
Do you need a recap of what just happened? Hello.
Our year
Wait,
left.
where'd Yaren go? Oh, he's back.
Goodness gracious.
Kip, are you back?
I am.
Okay.
Kip, blink
We
twice if
lost
you're okay.
everybody. I thought it was just quiet because like everybody was pouting. But
No, Bee's off smug. She's happy.
I was like, everybody's just mad at each other and doesn't want to say anything anymore.
Umber doesn't even care at this point.
Yeah.
He has
yeah.
accepted that this is now his fate.
Yeah, you're
I
plotting
stop again for November.
for future comebacks. Okay, so just a quick recap. You made it to the end of the forest. You didn't run into anything else. There was no other encounters. The forest thins out. You come across sort of plains of really dry, like grasses that spread as far as you can see away from the forest. There is a slightly worn path that makes its way across these plains into the distance, and you don't, at this moment, see anything else.
Can I
Well,
do a
let's
perception
follow the
check?
path.
Okay, I heard follow the path, and then somebody else said something else too.
So can I do a perception?
Yeah,
Let's
you
see
can
if
roll me a
there's,
perception
like-
check. What, are you
Okay.
looking for something in particular?
To see if there's like any like, I guess I wouldn't be able to do like a magic to see if there's any magic ahead, would I? If I'm just using perception.
Just a perception probably won't show you magic. You'd have to make like a specific check for that.
Okay, can I just do perception to see if there's like an ambush or something ahead of us?
Yeah, you can roll me a perception.
Okay.
Of course you can, but I'm not saying
18.
you'll get anything out of it.
You can't see anything around you. It is vastly open. Unless something is very suspiciously afoot, you'd be able to see people coming from a long way away.
Okay. I guess we follow the path then. I follow the path.
I follow the path too.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
follow the
Um,
path.
You start off down the road. At this point, you folks are going to be traveling for a few days. Did you want to take a long rest and regain back some hit points and things?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
All right, you may do so.
Long rest?
Yeah, you can take a long rest. So you folks set up camp. You were very much out in the open, so as long as you sort of set someone up as like watch, you would be able to see things that are trying to attack you.
Yeah, I can watch. I think I'm good to not harassed.
Same.
Okay. So just like how in the forest you couldn't really, it doesn't become daytime. So that does happen across the under. So here on the plains, it doesn't really get very light out. So morning and night kind of just blend into one. You take a long rest when you need it. As you are taking this long rest for sort of the 8 hours, someone who's on watch, let's say the last watch.
I can do it.
Okay. B, as you are sitting on your watch, over a hill in the distance comes a small caravan. It's still quite a long ways away.
Can I guess it's too far away for me to see who's on it.
Yeah.
Okay, can I wake the others, or am I, like, on my own?
You can wake the others if you want. It depends on what you would do.
Yeah, I guess I'll, I don't know. I guess I'll wake them up.
Okay.
I go
Kip
over and I, like,
just barely opens their eyes and is like, 5 more minutes, and just falls back asleep.
I kick the side of their bed. Get up!
What's
I-
happening?
I
Don't
jump
want to
up.
alarm. I was gonna say, I don't want to alarm anyone, but there is a caravan down the road, and despite my better judgment of just leaving you guys and, collecting the money myself, get up and help.
Oh,
Okay, so I
attack a caravan. That sounds like a
I-
good time.
So I jump up and just yell in the direction of the caravan, "Fuck off!"
The caravan
Struggling to do it.
stops.
Can I walk towards the caravan?
Yeah, you can.
Why are we going towards the caravan?
Why not?
Okay.
Can I... How far away is the caravan?
It's still quite a ways away. So because you can see so far in the distance, it's probably, let's say, a mile. It's quite a way.
Okay. Because I was gonna Misty step behind them, but that's only up to 30 feet.
Yeah, you can wait till you're a bit closer.
Okay. And yeah, so I'll walk towards them.
Okay. Do the rest of you join?
Sure.
No, I fall back asleep.
I am very hungry. Just want to point this out.
Like, okay. I think we're almost done anyway. Another 20 minutes or so before we let Sandra get ready for work, so we're almost there.
Thank you.
Okay, so whoever is making their way makes their way towards the caravan that was about a mile away. You get to, let's say, 75% of the way there. The caravan makes a quick swivel, aims directly at you, and starts barreling towards you.
Oh,
Can
fuck.
I
Well, this wasn't a
make
good
you-
idea.
Can I Misty step onto the caravan?
Yes.
Yes.
I will allow it. It's barreling pretty quick, but Misty Step is pretty fun, so I will let you Misty Step onto it.
Can
I'll
I
just press
use
then?
my shield?
Yeah, okay, hold on. Yeah, you can just press cast or use for Misty Step. That's totally fine.
Okay, I use that.
Okay, and then, sorry, I heard something about shield. You cast shield, Umber? Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good. Okay. Visible barrier until the end of your next turn. You have +5 bonus, including against the triggering attack. You take no. Sweet. Okay. All right. So you Misty Step up onto the back of this caravan as it comes barreling towards you. In your mist, you make it up. It doesn't seem to notice. It continues to barrel towards the rest of the crew.
Can I knock out the driver and turn the caravan so it kind of like swerves off to the side?
You peer down into the driver's seat, and there is no one in it.
Can I get in the driver's seat?
Sure.
I'm scared. Okay, then yeah, jump into the driver's seat and I grab and like try to derail it or
Yeah,
move it towards
you-
the side.
Jump into the driver's seat. As soon as you sit on the seat itself, the caravan comes to a screeching halt.
When it stops, I poke my head out and I go, I did it!
You also
Okay.
notice this caravan is not attached to like a horse or anything. It's not being pulled by anything.
All right.
That's a thing.
I'm
Is
gonna
it
walk
like
up
a-
Well,
to the
maybe it-
caravan.
Is it like a carriage
maybe-
type thing with a place for people to sit inside, or
Yeah, so it's kind of like one of those like I don't know, Little House on the Prairie type caravans. So it's got the like cover on the back and like a seat at the front for someone to like sit on that's kind of covered. So you couldn't quite tell if there was a driver in there or not. And then in the back is like a space for seating or like to put a bunch of stuff in it.
And it was completely empty.
It's empty.
Was it just okay? Never mind. I guess but this is confusing.
well, so like
Are
there's
we
no
all in
gear
it,
or
Are you
anything?
guys standing outside of it?
I'm not inside of it.
Okay.
Would using Dispel Magic do anything?
Let me take a look at your
Do
dispel
we
magic.
want to use Dispel Magic?
Can I
'Cause I
do?
feel like we can use this to get to where we need to go.
But we don't have any horses.
Yeah, but like, it was driving on its own. Surely there's some way to get it to move.
Okay. Okay, so give me a second.
Are the horses invisible?
You guys can investigate if you want.
What was that?
You can investigate if you would like.
Okay. I got a +1 on that. Out
Okay.
of 10.
I mean, it's pretty easy to see if you go and take a look at the front. Like, there is the hookups for horses, but you can't feel anything there. Like, it's just empty space.
Okay. I turn to the others. I go, there's nothing there. State the obvious.
Did you decide on using Dispel Magic? I just had to look up some information about whether or not it would work or not.
I mean, yeah. Might as well, right?
I mean, I feel like we
No?
could use this to get somewhere. If it was like traveling on its own without a horse, I feel like there's probably some way to get it going.
Right.
But
I guess I'll
either-
hold off on the spell then.
Okay.
I won't do it then.
Is anybody still in it?
Can I go wake Kip up?
Is Kip still sleeping? Yeah, you could make your way back to the camp and wake them up.
Alright, I'm gonna go and wake Kip up. Hey, Kip! We got this magical thing. If you wanna come look at it, we might leave you. I don't know.
Kip opens one eye and looks at Umber and is like, guess I'll come, and slowly gets up and gets their stuff and follows Umber half asleep with with their eyes. Whoa, I fucked up again. With their eyes like semi-open but still half asleep and just follows Umber.
Alrighty, let's go. Alright, go back to the other two.
Okay. Trying to see here what I want you to do. Or what I want to get you to do. Anything else you'd like to do with the caravan? We tried looking for horses.
Can we search
No
the
driver.
caravan?
You can. Are you looking for anything in particular, or you just want to see what you can see?
Hidden compartments, maybe?
Cool. Okay. Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
One.
While she's doing that, can I cast Detect Magic? It's like, we know that it's
Oh.
magical, obviously, but
Yes.
we can see, like, if there's...
Oof.
Definitely. Okay, so B rolls a
You get a
2.
splinter.
Yeah, you try to take a look through the caravan, but you can't see anything in particular. It's, empty. It has its seats, but you don't find any like secret compartments. As for detect magic, let's see what you might like you said, obviously this thing is magic. You can use your options to see faint aura in the area that bears magic, and you learn at the School of Magic, if any. Okay, so
Yeah, like, it's just to make sure that there's no creatures, like, controlling this thing.
yeah. Basically what you feel from this is that it's some sort of like transmutation spell. So someone has definitely put a spell on this thing.
I mean, maybe we should get in it and just see where it goes.
That seems like a very bad idea, and I am 100% down for it.
Yeah,
I jump in the
mean,
front seat again.
Why not? I guess I'll jump on.
I climb on too.
All right.
All right, so you're all loaded in.
Yep, yep.
Okay, the second
Yep,
the last
and I
person...
start napping again.
Yeah, the second the last person steps onto the caravan, it kind of like rumbles to life. Does a super quick like 360 spin back in the direction it came from, and starts like barreling down the road. Dust like bellows up behind you. Grass is ripped up. This thing is going super speed across the plains. It's not taking direction, so even if you're sitting in the driver's seat, you can't change its direction. It is very set on where it's going. As you continue across the plains, you don't see anything to your right and left. As you're continuing, it takes maybe, let's say, a half an hour. You start to see a small sort of like blip on the horizon as something starts to come closer, or you're coming closer to it on the horizon. In front of you, as this caravan continues to bump over the fields, and it comes across a hill, as you crest the hill and come down, you see the object that was on the horizon is actually a huge tower. And the caravan is headed straight towards it.
Well, if this is where the hags live, I grossly underestimated the size of their dwelling. I thought it would have been just a hut. Ha! Neat. Good for them, I guess.
A hut would have been cooler if you ask me. Really play into the creepy vibe, but a castle's fine too.
The caravan continues barreling towards the tower. As you get a little closer, the tower is pretty well maintained. There isn't a lot around the tower. There's a couple like small huts, a little stables, and then the tower itself is just this huge building standing in the middle of these plains. The caravan barrels up to the entrance, comes to a screeching halt. Dust bellows around you, and you can't quite see who or what is around you. As the dust clears, a figure stands in a cloak at the base of the tower.
I swear if it's that bird person again, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe
This
vomit a
individual
little. I hate that
stands.
guy.
Ouch, poor Mr. Bird. This individual stands. They're wearing like a silvery blue cloak, and they appear to be staring at the caravan where you all are seated.
Hello?
Doesn't speak.
Did we stop in front of them, or are we still like going towards them?
The caravan is stopped, and they're standing
Okay.
at the base of the tower.
I hop out and I start dusting off my clothes because now I'm all gross and covered in dust from how fast we were going. You know, you should probably slow that thing down a little bit. It was not a very comfortable ride.
The figure
Okay.
begins walking towards you.
Oh god.
Are they?
still don't say anything.
You said they're cloaked.
Yeah, they're wearing like a silvery blue cloak. You can't quite see their face.
You one of the hags?
As it gets closer to you, you notice that it's not very tall.
Me. Can I try to
Probably
like?
3 feet tall, maybe.
3 feet tall? Jesus Christ.
You
literally
couldn't tell
so.
when it was close to
So
the
I
tower
can
because the
look
tower
at
is
it
huge.
at eye level.
But perspective as it comes towards you, yes, it's more like,
My size.
yeah.
Can I like intimidate them to like stop?
You can try.
1d20. Oh shit. Never mind.
Tell me what you do. Tell me what you try to do.
I like try to I yell out like, you better tell us what you want, but as I do it my voice cracks.
Then what you want?
What you want?
Very scary, B.
At least I have the map. I hold the map up again.
Okay.
The figure
Can I
looks
try to?
at your map.
Yeah, go ahead.
It looks at the map.
It looks at your map. Like you can see sort of not its face, but the cloak itself, you know, like you see the hood move towards sort of looking at the map as you hold it up.
Can I hold it
Um,
like, just above their reach to like tease them the way I did? With,
They're not that close to you, like they're not
there.
trying to get to it. They're just sort of looking
Oh.
at it. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Kip?
I was gonna try to intimidate the creature as well.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Kirby is also gonna try to intimidate.
Roll a 16.
You look really intimidating, but the figure does not react. Instead, they focused on the map. They look at each of you. It swivels and starts walking back towards the tower. When it gets a little closer, it looks back at you all and then gestures towards the door on the tower and then enters into the tower.
I shrug and follow them.
Well, I ain't got nothing better to do.
Only
Yeah,
live,
I mean-
only live once, right?
As you
Sure, let's go into this
Yeah.
random
Let's follow
tower
the
in the
creepy
middle
thing
of
into
nowhere.
a creepy tower.
As you get closer to the tower, you look around at the few little buildings that are on either sides, and you see the figures of ghosts working away in the different buildings. These ghosts peer at you as you walk by, and one particular ghost looks up and gives you a wicked grin. And they
I
all
flip it
I'm
off.
watch
gonna glare at it.
as you enter the tower. And that's where we're gonna
I
end
ain't
our
never
session
thought
today.
about- I never thought about using ghosts before. Probably way cheaper than using bodies.
And that's it. That's where we're gonna stop today.
Cool.
Oh.
Cool. Creepy Hooded Figure Part 2.
cliffhanger.
It's not a huge cliffhanger, but you've met someone interesting. We'll see what happens.
I think it's a good cliffhanger.
Gotta end on a cliffhanger. You gotta make people want to come back. That's the whole idea. Amazing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know your little characters a little bit more.
I keep wanting to say
I
Talia
did.
the entire time.
Right? I know it's really hard to figure out like who you are. It's a good
I'm
time.
like, wait, this is too mean.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? Is like you're trying to be mean. Your person is mean,
Yeah,
or
we're
at
not
least
used to being mean.
is motivated differently than other characters might be. Where other characters might be motivated to help, these characters are not motivated by that. You know, they might be motivated to anti-help, to hinder,
Anti-help.
anti-help.
That's the word.
Alright, I gotta go, because I gotta go eat. I'm starving.
Okay.
Don't
Alright.
starve. It's very
Thank
unhealthy.
you so much for playing today, and hopefully we can get everybody together again soon. Main campaign might be again next weekend, so we'll see how that works. And of course, Alexandra's campaign is going to be starting up again soon. So don't forget, this will be uploaded to YouTube now that we have the YouTube channel going, so it will be permanently around. So before we start back again for episode 2 of the Evil campaign, make sure to watch over if you need to and listen in. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching and coming to Ken's Tavern, getting your special brew today. And we'll hopefully see you next weekend for another piece of the campaign. Thank you so much for joining. Dustin, thank you for being here. If you're new again and you haven't joined our Discord already, please do. We do games, we do more RP stuff in there, and if you ever want to get involved or try joining in on one of our mini campaigns or be a guest, that's where you're going to do it. But thank you so much for joining us today.
Check out the merch store as
Check
well.
out the merch store. Do we have merch thing? Merch?
I don't think we have a command for it.
Yeah, we do. Dress and drink from the finest
we
of
do?
Ken's Tavern wares. New designs on the way. Check it out. I have water in my special brew mug. I'm wearing my Vittori and my Crumb Pocket shirt. And I actually have the mouse pad now that has Ken's face on it. It's fantastic. So, I'm just saying.
I need all of those things.
They're so good. Oh, and my stickers on my PC. So. It's the best.
I need all
Feels
of those
pretty cool.
things.
Feels pretty
Especially the
Alright.
fucking t-shirt.
I
need
know.
it.
I know. The
Bye.
t-shirt is literally for
Bye,
you.
Marcus.
Bye,
It's
Marcus.
me! I need it!
Bye. Okay, guys, have a great day. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye